Hey guys, this is Joe with Adequate Acres, and here we're okay being okay. It's a little joke, but that's what me and my wife sometimes will make a joke about, is saying, "Hey, it's adequate, it's okay, um, it's working." You know, we don't have a real spectacular name, but um, we are Youngblood Family Farm, and this is this year's garden in review. Um, been a while since I put out a video, and you know, sometimes I question the reasoning for putting out videos. You know, I'm not looking for you know, what am I looking for? And you know, am I looking for a personal blog or vlog? Am I trying to teach? Am I trying to share? Or am I trying to get props and pats on the shoulder? Um, this is more of a to help me plan, to talk to future Joe about current Joe and past Joe and the garden. And so 2019 garden year was 2019 garden year was a very cold and wet start. Um, I'd worked extra hard during the syrup season, you know, breaking all my own personal records, and decided that I was just going to go and purchase plants. In some regards that was good, in some regards that was a mistake. I will definitely try to make a better effort at being able to start my own plants next year, just to be able to time things out better. Um, you know, when 10 out of 12 broccoli plants come at the same time, it's not helpful. So being able to space even starting plants out, space them out a couple weeks so that they grow at a slower rate would be super helpful. If you say, "Golly gee, Joe, this is a long video," it's for me. It's not for you, but helps you understand where I come from. Strawberries. Strawberries worked out well. As you can see, strawberries are in their regrowth. We've weeded them through a couple times already. Um, the issue that we had with strawberries this year, the blooms were incredible because it was cold and it was wet. They didn't get pollinated well. This little crop, 30-foot rows, we yielded right around 60 to 70 quarts. I was pleased with it. It fed our family, put some in the freezer. Because we didn't have a lot of blooms pollinate, I thought the berries were actually pretty excellent size. So I was pleased with that. Temperatures never rose, and so everything stayed really sweet right to the end. Corn, it didn't matter. Any corn you see there, I didn't get to eat a single lick of it. I had strawberry here and wasn't happy with those types of plants, so planted a little corn, and critters got every single bit of it. Didn't matter if there's traps, didn't matter if there's more fatal means of dispatchment. It didn't matter. They figured out how to get in here, and they took it out before I got a chance. Asparagus, rhubarb, really well. They're ferning up. I figured out that if I cut off all the greens with all the seeds at the end of the year, I've got a couple patches in which I've been able to just pile it up, and it's basically planting a new plot, and very pleased with that. Let's walk you through the garden here. Instead of 9 rows, I decided to go with 8 rows, and these peppers are falling over at this point. We have pickled up a mess, we have frozen a mess, and we had 14 green pepper plants, and as you can see, we've already picked them all, and we're just hoping that a few of these will turn a little red, and lots of peppers. I've never had a pepper crop like this before in my life, and so I don't know what I did special, what the good Lord did special for us, but the pepper crop is incredible. Hot peppers galore. Jalapenos all over the place. There's no possible way that I will be able to use all of them, and I guess that is just a blessing. And so if I can't use them all, I could bless others. Outstanding. So we had three red chili type, 3 habaneros, 6 jalapenos. We had 3 poblanos, and then 3 yellow banana type peppers. Worked out really well. I will probably do less habaneros and about the same of the other ones next year. Zucchini, we had a failed zucchini crop during the 2018 summer, so I planted lots, and this year we had lots. Tried planting some lake hybrid type okra. That I planted it too late. If we had those 85-degree temperatures here in reaching mid-September, it's at that spot where it's flowering, but there's just not enough heat to really keep driving it. We're dipping into the 40s at night already here in Michigan. Too little, too late. Is what it is, and we can't do much about it. I learned from my mistakes. Just got cold, and I was not on my A game, so we're going to learn from this lesson. Take you through tomato crop. I planted right around 60 tomatoes. Like I said, I bought them at the greenhouse, and I thought I was buying all Romas. They were marked pretty poorly. It turns out that half of them were some kind of heirloom beefsteak, and the problem with these have been they will be fully ripe on the bottom and completely green on the top and full of water. And for eating, they're okay. For preserving, they're not much good. They're just so full of water. Half the jars will be full of water for canning. For saucing, a lot of water removed. We learned our lesson on that. We will definitely be using just Romas in the future, and to have control of that, I need to make sure that I'm starting my own seed, right? Green beans, terrific green bean crop. And right now we've been picking out a few here and there, and we are just saving up some seed. Had such insect and rodent issues last year that I wasn't able to save any seeds, so it'd be nice to replenish the seeds. I'll be able to share some seeds, and so probably didn't need this big a green bean patch. I will learn from that next year, but it'll be nice to be able to just kind of replenish the seed population. Cherry tomatoes are gangbusters. I don't really love cherry tomatoes. I'll have a couple here and there, but people love them. Grandmas love them, and they're fun to take and share. And so we will probably plant 2 of those plants next year. I don't need the third, probably only need 1, but you know, 2 is 1, 1 is none. Is that what, something like that? And so we're gonna make sure that we have 2. Once again, if you're hanging in there this long, this video is for me. It is not for you. Some helpful things that we did this year was we built that hiller to go behind the tiller, and that saved us. That raised up the rows. I've got a video clip. I'll try to put it in here. We were getting 2 inches of rain a day, and you know, over the course of a week, I think one time we had like 6 inches of rain in a week, and it was just canals in between the rows, and so that row builder really helped us out a lot. We had peas along this trellis. Let me step in here. And we had peas all along this trellis, and they were giving us peas all the way to the middle of July. I don't understand how they went through the heat But they did, they kept putting out, and then all of a sudden they stopped. And that was a real treat to have those nice peas all the way along. Had cucumbers, planted them along this outside line, and that is an absolute win. Done a lot of this cattle fencing, chicken wire fencing around the garden, around the chicken run, and good climbing. I don't know why anybody would want to have cucumbers on the ground when you can just trellis them and they take up less space and they're easy to see. Like I said, green beans at this point, they are seeding out. Broccoli, we still got quite a bit of broccoli. We come out here and cut a little bit here and there, and that will go all the way right to the end. Golly gee, Joe, you got a lot of weeds out there. Absolutely. This thing was weed free. It was weed free 5 weeks ago. At that point, we were putting stuff in jars, and you know, with 5 kiddos and trying to do this, don't have the time to weed. And so the chickens will come out here probably in less than a month, and they will clean this place up, and it will be dirt here in just a matter of a few weeks. So yeah, I haven't been around. This has been the summer garden. I kind of chuckle at some of these folks that are saying, hey, we're planting our fall garden September 7th here, September 8th. And I wouldn't doubt if we see a frost in less than a month. And so there is no fall garden unless you've got some kind of hoop house here in the northern states. And so, yeah, like I said, this is mostly a reference for me so that I can plan and rotate for my future garden. Some lessons learned, because I am a forgetful person and I forget quite a bit. Right now we've done some wood cutting. I've did a lot of videotaping or videoing. Not too much video making though, and so, you know, we got wood cutting, we got splitting to do, stacking to do. We're gonna put some wood on pallets. We gotta get the barn kind of cleaned up, and you know, winter's approaching us, and we don't ever forget that it's approaching. So yeah, 2019 garden. I would say this was one of my favorite gardens. And so thanks for joining, thanks for hanging in with me. Not too spectacular here at good old Adequate Acres, but it's real. It's not this ain't phony. So take care, guys, and enjoy your bounty.